Hi everyone, welcome to Family Law Assistance. Happy Saturday to everyone out there. On the back of, again, a couple of conversations we've had recently, I thought I'd check in with you and just let you know about the difference between married couples and unmarried couples. This particularly is an issue if you've got finances to deal with. So the biggest myth I want to dispel out there is there is no such thing, no such thing as common law husband and wife. It just doesn't.
Are you sure?
Just don't get me started. Don't get me started. It doesn't exist. And you know what? The law doesn't cover you either. So what do? If you've got property to deal with, there are laws out there that kind of will deal with property if you're unmarried. I'm not going to be really boring and dry because I could, but I'm not going to be.
What is that law called, Michaela?
It's called talata.
And what does talata mean, Michaela?
Trusts. It basically means it's a law about trusts and land acts. And really what that means for you lot is that if you've got a property and you have an interest in that property and you've been acting like husband and wife, which most people do, you know, boy meets girl, born in love, they buy a house, they usually have children together. You know what? You're going to be sort of covered by this particular law. And this particular law will allow you to make sure you've got an interest in the property. It'll sort out what you need to do with the property. Now, why am I focusing on property? Because when you're with somebody for a long period of time, your lives and emotions, and more importantly, your finances, get meshed together. So why aren't there any laws that cover things like the debts? Who took out the credit card? Who bought that DFS sofa? Well, the truth is actually, there's no law that covers that. So if you're an unmarried couple, the only law that you've got really protecting you is two laws. Talata and a Children Act. Now, the Children Act...
That's if you have children.
If you've got children.
Of course.
Of course. So if you've got children and you are trying to sort out finances, there's an application under Schedule 1 of the Children Act that will help sort out some of those finances for the children, not for you, but for the children.
It's important to remember though that in terms of children, things like the relationship between parents and children, following separation, all the rights and responsibilities concerning children has got no bearing at all on the marital status or former marital status of the parents.
Yeah.
That's one place where there's no difference at all between married and unmarried couple where there's children.
This is actually quite, on the face of it, a really dry and potentially boring subject.
You told me law was so interesting.
Yeah, but to the average person out there, you know, it's not exactly headline grabbing, you know, it's not a case of I've been stopped from seeing my children, what do I do? Money is not as you know, your bank statement isn't going to be as headline grabbing as they've taken my children to the other side of the world.
Although you used to say that no one gets upset over a pound note, didn't you?
Do you know, fact, I was in a finance case and I had somebody, honest to God, throw a bundle at me at court.
In front of a judge.
Duh.
You might think it's an open shut case.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a right answer.
There is excitement sometimes.
Finance can be exciting. I used to say to people, nobody gets upset over a bank statement. Whoa, I have taken that back. the amount of people that get really upset. But anyway, my point is that talking about finances and talking about property isn't as interesting as talking about your children. It's not as emotive. But I have to say that a lot of people come to me and they said, well, I've been with my partner, and I think, oh no, partner, not wife or spouse. I've been with my partner for 20 years, we've got 2 kids together, we've got a whole lot of debt, oh, and we kind of own a property together, what do I do about that? You know, and the reality is that if you had chosen to get married, all of this this would be covered under law. When you get married, you actually sign up to this big club called the Matrimonial Causes Act, and it covers you
Rock and roll.
when things go tits up. That's just the reality. But most people who don't get married can be up shit creek without a paddle. So, as not as rock and roll as this seems, yeah, you need to be protected, and you need to know kind of what law is out there to protect you if you decide not to get married. In fact, most people today are unmarried as opposed to married. Most children are born outside of a marriage. Now, if you were to look back at, say, something like the 1960s or 1970s, the picture was really different. In fact, most people got married, most children were produced in wedlock. And that's not the case these days. So when you've got such a huge amount of people that aren't married, yeah, it's something that takes up a lot of my time, and it's something that I help out with on a daily basis. But actually not a lot of people know that those laws are out there to help you. So I hope this has been productive. This is a Saturday. Let me know down below what you guys are up to. Okay, today my stepson, who built the ugliest snowman known to mankind. Seriously, it was the tallest and the ugliest. I think there should be a snowman competition, because if there was an ugly snowman competition, he'd sure win.
We'll put a picture of it in the comment on Facebook as well, so you
Yeah,
can see what
so
it looks like. Another comment, one thing it's worth saying, is about comments. Have you got common law husband and wife? What have you been told what your rights are in that? I bet you what you've been told probably differs dramatically from reality.
Yeah, as ever, we're always really happy to answer any questions that you have.
So let us know.
So let us know. Are you in a relationship that's kind of going south, and you're thinking, I'm not married? Let us know. Also, let us know if you guys are still snowed in. We've had the council round, and we've now managed to get some clearance on it. So I wanted to
go Powys County Council.
Yay. So I wanted to keep this really simple, okay, because this particular area has a tendency to get really dry, dull and boring, okay? So I've deliberately not gone into, part 7 or part 8 claims, which I could.
We will do if you contact us though.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, so guys, have a great weekend and see you soon.